Hi, I'm Dr. Roos, and making this welcome video for my classes that I'm teaching in the summer of 2025, the microbiology class. I'm teaching a section of an online class as well as the hybrid class in Daytona. There are 5 sections of labs, and I'm teaching 2 of the 5, and those sections are going to be either Monday, Wednesday, twice a week, or Tuesday, Thursday. And there's either 8 a.m. lab, and then there's a 2 p.m. lab. I also teach the 2 p.m. lab on Monday, Wednesdays in DeLand, right? So just want you to be aware that there's 5 sections of labs. So if you need to make one up, be sure you do, right? You are required to attend the lab in person, right? Drop the class if you don't intend to do that. If you miss more than 2 labs, you'll get an F for the course, the whole course, right? Which includes the class and the lab. Anyway, I wanted to, just mention I do have this YouTube channel, and what's helpful about that is, I've got a playlist for the classes that I teach. Right, so this is the microbiology playlist here, and it's going to have my course, like these outline for the lecture and lab. I'm going to put that, it's going to be on the home, this right here video will be like in the start here announcement, as well as this video. So you'll watch the welcome video, which will tell you to watch that video that you're watching now. Anyway, so this playlist on YouTube also has other, videos that you might want to watch about the purpose and principle assignments for lab, or the exams, so if you want to just look through it and see the different videos there, you can watch. Most of the time there'll be an announcement like this, like I think here there's course information videos. So there's a YouTube video I made for the micro quizzes and exams, and for the assignments that you do for the class, not for the lab. Right, there's assignments for the lab that you do as well. And I've got videos on them. So I just want you to be aware, that's where you find them if they're not. But most of the time there'll be a link to all these videos. If they're not, this one's embedded, but just be aware of that, And each week, there'll be an announcement in class, like this is the week 1 announcement, what you need to do. If you're taking the hybrid or the online class, you do need to complete the syllabus quiz. It counts as assignment 1. There's 5 other assignments that will entail, answering questions, and they are graded, but these aren't graded, right? It's just I want you to complete this quiz, and it's just information that you need to be aware of for the class, right? The other thing in this announcement, I want to make it clear too, right? Lab classes start July 2nd, but there won't be labs July 2nd for Wednesday or July 3rd on Thursday. They'll start the following week. So if you have lab on Mondays and Wednesdays, it'll start July 7th. If you have labs on Tuesday and Thursday, your first lab will be July 8th. Okay, so this is the course website for the class, and then for the lab, this is what the lab will look like if you're taking one of the labs. Now this lab section I'm teaching, there's 3 other labs where this information, structured information, will be different. I think all of them have my office hours on them, so that if you need to contact me, the adjuncts aren't required to have office hours, right? So you have to email them to contact them. If you have a question about the lab, contact them about it. You could CC me if you wanted. I don't know if you can do that, but then these are my office hours. I'm going to do the lab in DeLand at 2 on Monday and Wednesday. So an hour before the lab, I'll be in my office. So you could call me at this number and I'd be there. Now my office in Daytona, I don't really have an office there. So these hours, I'll be in the classroom. If it's not being used, I'll be in the classroom once I figure out exactly where I'll be, I'll make that more clear. But anyway, I teach the hybrid class on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 o'clock in room 131 in the science building, which is building 410. Right, and my office in DeLand is in building 6A and right next to the micro lab. So anyway, I just want you to be aware that there's no labs in the first week, for instance. You do need to complete the syllabus quiz within the first week, or you could be dropped from the course. Be sure to get that done. Watch the videos that I mentioned in like there'll be an announcements. All 5 sections will get the same lab announcements, right? So the lab announcement will tell you, for instance, there's no labs the first week. So there'll be a lab 1 announcement on, I think this one, right, July 5th, it posts, and what you'll be doing for lab 1, right? For this class, it's July 8th, right? This is a Tuesday, Thursday lab. And we're gonna watch these videos. We're gonna talk and go over the lab syllabus a little bit. There are videos about how to do the P&P assignments, which are the assignments you need to complete before each lab. You won't have to do any before the first lab, but the second lab, right, will require that you complete the negative and gram stain P&Ps. And right, if you'll find all of them in the quiz section, right? They're not quizzes, okay? These are homework assignments, and there's reasons why I have them here and not in the assignment section, but these are assignments. You'll be taking your quizzes for lab in the lab, okay? They're in person. Like I said, if you miss more than 2 labs, you get an F. I'll tell you that you need to withdraw. It doesn't matter if you have medical reasons. They're not an excuse. You need to get a withdrawal for medical purposes if that's what happens, right? If you have a medical emergency, miss 3 labs means you're missing, a week and a half of labs, and it's only a 6-week course. We only have really 5 weeks of labs. Okay, so it's pretty quick. You just need to be there if you want to be successful. If you don't show up for a lab, you're probably not going to pass. So anyway, that's all. This is just a welcome video to kind of, get you more familiar in case you missed the first, you're not, if the hybrid class, if you don't make it to class the first day or so, right? But there won't be lab, but there will be a hybrid class Thursday, July the 3rd, right? I will be holding class. So be there if you have the hybrid course.